Hello everybody, my name is Radan, and this video is about introducing my journey with my vision and how I got on with endmyopia. So I wear glasses since I was about 10 years old. Started as everybody else around -1, then progressed to about -2. I never got really more than that, but when I was about 42, 43, I started to see that I don't see very well. I do a lot of computer work, computer time, but not as much as many other people, perhaps 4 to 6 hours a day. But I noticed that even on my computer, I couldn't see properly. So the first thing I did, I went to see an optometrist, and he told me that my eyesight changed. It was not really stronger prescription. He just dialed in sort of cylindrical aberration and reduced a little bit the spherical one. And he told me that due to my age, I can't already focus on close-up vision, so I need a little bit weaker glasses for reading. So I went home, I ordered the 2 pairs of glasses for reading for the distance, but I couldn't get used to them, and it definitely didn't improve my vision. And I was so upset with that because I really started to fear that I'm losing my vision. I could read on the computer, but it was never in focus. It was always weird. My eyes were always tired. So 2 months later, after that, I went to see another optometrist because I couldn't see with the first glasses and first 2 pairs, and I didn't have confidence in the first one. So I went to see another one, and that one told me, no, actually the glasses you have been wearing for last 8 years that you got before are actually good glasses for you. The only difference is that you need that half a diopter less for reading, so you need for close-up. And I've been thinking, okay, I mostly struggle with reading, so let's order the reading glasses. So I ordered them. They were half a diopter weaker than my normal one. And I did a simple experiment back home that, I took my full prescription glasses and these weaker glasses. So my full prescription glasses was the original ones. And I realized that for a distance, actually, there is no really huge difference between them, which was a little bit weird because I always thought that, if you have reading glasses, they are really good only for reading, and you can, everybody having reading glasses, they just remove them once they look like, more than 1 meter far away. And I was looking from my window, like 30, 40 meters to the trees that are there, and I saw about the same. And then I started to look at it a little bit more, and then I find out that actually with my left eye I see better with my distance glasses than my right eye I see better with my reading glasses, and it all didn't make sense. And I have been thinking about that, and I thought, okay, perhaps my vision keeps changing all the time, the morning, the afternoon, and I just go to the optometrist certain point of time, and he just gives me what he feels like what I need at that very time. So then I thought, okay, it's not rocket science to measure your eyes. I will just buy me the lens kit for testing that the optometrist has, and I will check it. I will check it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, over the weekend, in working days. Also, another thing that always bothered me at the optometrist is that there is not enough time. They just ask you better words, but you feel that perhaps if you could look through that piece of glass for a little bit longer, perhaps it would get better. Perhaps you don't need that one that feels better at that very second, because it always takes only a couple of seconds, right? So I thought, okay, I will just look how much it costs, and perhaps I will get one. And when I was looking for that lens kit, I found endmyopia because in one of the texts Jack Steiner talks about test lens kit, right? So I couldn't buy it through there, but caught my attention that somebody says that, you can actually improve your eyesight. And, there is a photograph of guy with, 2 pairs of glasses on his face. He looks like complete lunatic, right, over there. And, the text is also like, sounds like a scam, right, to be honest. And I thought, well, let's give it a try. I have nothing to lose. I will just try everything that is there, provided it doesn't cost me any money. Because if it cost me any money, and I find out it doesn't work, I would just feel like a stupid that has been conned, right? So I thought, okay, let's go through it. Let's go through Jack's, 7 days emails. Well, I studied physics, so I got a lot of understanding of a lot of stuff that Jake wrote. But there were certain things that were still sort of, I didn't think about them before. Like many people, I thought that the fact that you need to wear glasses is just genetics, right? Because my father had them, and my grandfather had, and my great-grandfather had glasses. So there were certain things that sort of made sense. For example, that that you need at least half an hour break when you do close-up. And before that, I thought that you just, if you look into distance 3 minutes, it's gonna be okay. Well, it's not, right? So it was, these hands-on information that were interesting for me. And so, I was around 2 diopters. So the first advice was get less for reading to get your blur horizon to about, 60 centimeters to your ergonomical distance. And that was for me just to put the glasses off. That was very easy, right? So at work, I started doing that. I started making breaks, and 3 days later, I already saw that actually something's happening. And I thought, wow, perhaps there is something into it, right? And what I find, at that time, I find Jack's YouTube channel that I find, much more sort of consistent every time one topic, and it made sense much more. He doesn't look like a lunatic in these videos, right? Unlike the website. So I started to do all these things, and in a week time I felt that already in the evening I get so much better. I was returning back home, was in January or February, so it was quite dark, and I suddenly felt that I have so much better understanding of the space around me, because before that I always at night I was sort of lost. Like driving for me was difficult. Sometimes a couple of times a year I drive through all the night, about sort of 1,300 kilometers to see my family. But it's always a big struggle. It was always a big struggle. So suddenly I felt that I have a very good perception of the space around me. I started to have much better like 3D perception. It all surprised me a lot. And I followed the advice of sort of making the tape measurement and put it down into a little Excel sheet. And at the beginning you don't know whether it is that you can actually better do active focus. So active focus for me was nothing difficult. I was very familiar with the concept. It happened to me like since I was a child, that when something didn't look quite sharp and when I blinked, I knew that I can bring it, to get it sharper. So that was sort of easy for me to do that. But very soon I was not able to do any more active focus in front of my computer. I put 70, 80 centimeters far away. That was at the end of my desk at work. And so, I could not do any more. So all that time outside I was wearing these reading glasses that optometrist gave me that was already half diopter weaker. So the next step was to actually get glasses. And as I said, I didn't want to invest anything into that, not to feel of being conned. I just got me on eBay like -1 diopter. That was like half a diopter less that I got before. Like a small glasses, they were like, £6, which is about $10. They were horrible, and I got double vision. That was the first time I got double vision, so I read about it and, read all the posts of Jake that it's perfectly normal and how to deal with it. And it got better eventually, and that, at that time I really started to believe that, that you can make it. So at that time I ordered in Zenny Optical like 1/2 and 3/4 diopter glasses, and I started to wear those. Started to do a lot of active focus outside because inside I couldn't do much, right? And everything went very well at the beginning. The progress was quite quick, then it slowed down a little bit, and then sometimes I feel that although my centimeter reading might be very, very steady, when I go outside and I actually measure how far I see registration plates of cars, it's actually getting improved. So sometimes it's not always the centimeter reading that gives me, because for me now it's much more than 1 meter to see. So I got another video about my progress report, but to cut the story short, from -2 I got it about to 1/2 a diopter. So this is my last reading with an optometrist. That is 1 month old. So I'm roughly 1/2 diopter. I don't wear glasses at all. There is still a little bit of challenge when I go in the evening, or even during daytime I still feel that there is a little bit missing. But that's my progress so far. So another thing I want to touch very, very quickly, since I started to do these walks, and my wife sometimes goes with me in the evening, and I do it after lunch at work and everything. I also feel much more energetic. I don't feel as tired as before. I drink much less coffee than before, and I think it just comes to that slight change of my lifestyle. So it all sort of makes sense, and I'm very grateful for Jake to make all his videos and all the websites. And actually in the last video he encouraged people, if they want to give back something to the endmyopia system, to actually make a video. So this is very far from my comfort zone. This is actually my progression report that I just shot before this one. That is only 2 minutes. That's my first video I ever made like this, and this is my second one. So I just do it because Jake asked for that, and I hope it may motivate other people, and I would be very, very, very happy if it helps other people just to get some hope when they think that it's not progressing. Because as Jake mentioned, the last diopter is quite challenging. For a long time nothing happening, that suddenly it gets just better. Generally with me, as the weather changes, from summer to autumn, I suddenly feel that actually I would be expecting my vision to get worse because there is less light, but actually it doesn't, which means that it got better, and the next time I see even better. So thank you very much, Jake, and fingers crossed for everybody that took on this journey. Bye.